Welcome back to the Livestream China series. Today is June 28, and today it is number 91 Livestream for the China series. And in today's Livestream, we are going to review the previous chapter, and then we are going to continue chapter 6. Hey, this is 春天了. I'm the best-selling author and visionary leader in the world of music and art. I compose music, I play piano, and I sing my own song. I soprano. And thank you for joining me for another live stream as we continue Study the Pearl by John Steinbeck. Today, we continue Chapter 6, the final chapter of this remarkable novel. Welcome to John. Welcome to John. Comment in the chat. Where are you watching from? And what is your local time? Welcome to John. So, last time we followed Kino and Juana as they escaped into a mountain with little Coyotito. They left behind everything. They left behind everything they owed, hoping to protect both their family and the pearl. But the danger continued to follow them. 3 trackers began search for Kino, and the family's journey became a desperate fight for survival. Today, they will continue from what that point in the story. As we read, notice how Steinbeck built suspense with every page. The peaceful fishing village from the beginning of the novel feels very far away. Kino's dream of a better future has become a struggle simply to stay alive. Welcome to John. Come in the chat. Where are you watching from and what is your local time? Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. Welcome to John. As we read, notice how Steinbeck built suspense with every page. The peaceful fishing village from the beginning of the novel feels very far away. Kino's dream of a better future has become a struggle, simple to stay alive. One question I'd like everyone to think about today is this. When people refuse to let go of something they treasure, what are willing to sacrifice to keep it? So this is a question for you. Let me see. So, Carol Yutun. Hi, welcome to John. Come in the chat and share with us where are you watching from and what is your local time. And don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. Welcome to John. One question I'd like everyone to think about today is this. When people refuse to let go of something they treasure, so when you really obsessed something, and when people refuse to let go of something they treasure, what are they willing to sacrifice to keep it? You might sacrifice something. What are they willing to sacrifice to keep it? We will also see whether the pearl still represents hope. We will also see whether the pearl still represents hope or whether it has become something entirely different. Is the pearl the hope or whether it becomes something completely different? Thank you for spending part of your days with us. If you are new here, welcome. Feel free to introduce yourself in the chat. So if you are new here, welcome. Feel free to introduce yourself in the chat and let me know where are you watching from. Okay, so right now the exciting news here is we are on the chapter 6. And also is not the beginning of chapter 6, is in the middle of chapter 6. In the middle of chapter 6. Also, I'm going to give you the question, the discussion question for you. Was the pearl a blessing or a curse? Was the pearl a blessing or a curse? Should Kino have sold the pearl earlier? Should Kino have sold the pearl earlier? Did the pearl change Kino or did it reveal quality already inside him? Is the people inside themselves greedy? The next, what do you think is the most important lesson of the novel? What do you think? What do you think? What is the most important lesson of the novel? What is the most important lesson of the novel? What is the most important lesson of the novel? And is the ending tragic, hopeful, or both? Tragic, hopeful, or both? Tragic, hopeful, or both? The pro teaches that the wealth alone cannot bring happiness. When dream become obsession and a great interhuman relationship, even the greatest treasure can lead to loss. True wealth is found in family, love, dignity, wisdom, and peace rather than material possession. Is that true? So can you turn? Okay, I talked to you already. Is that true? Okay, now the meaning and the summary, the pearl's final transition is the beginning of the novel. In the beginning of the novel, the pearl represented hope. Kino dreamed of education, of Coyotito, a church wedding, better clothes, and a better future. But chapter 6, the pearl has become a symbol of fear, violence, suffering, and loss. Steinbeck shows how something beautiful can become destructive when surrounded by greed and obsession. The cost of wealth throughout the story, Kino believed the pearl will improve. Kino believed the pearl will improve his family life. Instead, he loses his canoe, his house, his safety, his community, and ultimately something far more pressure. The novel asks whether material wealth is worth the price paid to obtain it. Number 2, the discussion thing, discussion meaning and a summary. And a cost of wealth, we have already done. Fate, choice, and responsibility. Kino makes many choices throughout the novel. Some are courageous, some are stubborn. Steinbeck does not give easy answers. Instead, he asks readers to think about how our decisions shape our life and affect those we love. The loss of innocence. By end of the chapter 6, Kino and Juana are no longer the simple young parents we met in chapter 1. They have experienced violence, betrayal, fear, and grief. Their innocence is gone. The journey has changed them forever. The next the meaning in the story is return the pearl to the sea. One of the most powerful moments in the novel is the ending. The pearl no longer represents hope. Its promise has been exposed as illusion. Returning it to the sea symbolizes letting go of obsession, rejecting greed, accept reality, finding a path toward healing. The sea becomes a place of pleasure and closure. Okay. So welcome to June. Come in the chat. Let us know where are you watching from and what is your local time. And if you're first come here, and you can introduce yourself. Let us know, introduce yourself, where are you watching from, and what is your local time. Let me see, this is Santosh Da Ta. Hey, nice to see you. Welcome to June. And don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. So today we talk about the Pearl. It was written by John Steinbeck from India. Welcome to John, India. Glad to meet you. It's a wonderful moment to see you. It's nice to see you. And today, right now, I'm sharing the treasure and at the beginning, people have a peaceful life, and all of a sudden, everything changed. It is the tragedy, violence, betrayal, and a loss. So a lot of things happen. So my question will the my question is, was the pearl a blessing or a curse? Should Kino have sold the pearl earlier? Welcome to John. Nice to meet you. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. Welcome to John. Let's move on. Okay, let's move on. Okay, now let's move on. Kino edged like a slow lizard down the smooth rock shoulder. He had turned his neck string so that the great knife hung down from his back and could not clash against the stone. Okay, let's see this one. He had turned his neck string so that the great knife hung down from his back. The knife is at the back. You see the back? The back. So that the great knife hung down from his back and could not clash against the stone. Clash. clash, a violent confrontation. So here the clash, so that the knife hung down from his back, and could not clash, hit. Is violence, right? Here it means violence. So it's violence confront, but here is the knife hit on the stone. Could not clashed against the stone. His spread fingers gripped the mountain. Grabs the mountain, and his bare toe found support through contact. And his bare toe found support through contact. And even his chest lay against the stone. Even his chest lay against the stone, so that he would not flip. And for any sound, a rolling pebble or sigh, a little slip of flesh on rock would rouse the watcher below. For any sound, a rolling pebble. What does pebble mean? Pebble means a small stone made smooth and round by action of water or sand. It's a small pebble, small round stone. Small round stone. Small round stone. For any sound, a rolling pebble or sigh, a little slip of flesh on rock. A little slip of flesh on when the skin on the body touch the stone, there's some sound. So that means even the little sound, slip of flesh on rock, the body touch the rock. If a little slip, slip a slight unintentionally for a short distance, typically losing one's balance or footing. So if it's so if the little sleeping, if the little slip of flesh on rock could rouse the watcher below, and the sound that was not garments to the night would make them alert. Garment. Garment. German means relevant to a subject under consideration. It's relevant. Okay. Let me see. is a sentence. Okay, so I have already talked to you. So the next one. Any sound that not common to the night would make them alert. Common. Common means relevant to a subject under consideration. Relevant. Okay, relevant to a subject. Any song that was not command to the night would make them alert, but the night was not silent. The little tree frog that lived near the stream twittered like a bird. Twittered. So here there's two meaning. One is our bird gave a call consisting of repeated light, tremulous sound, twittered. And the other one is a modern meaning. It is make a post on social media application Twitter. Okay, twittered. The little tree frog that lived near the stream twittered like a bird, and the high metallic ringing of the cicadas filled the mountain cleft. And Kino's own music was in his head, the music of an anime, low and pausing, near asleep. The music of an animal, low and pausing, near asleep, but the sound of the family has become as fierce and sharp and feline as the snarl of female puma. Feline, feline related to affecting cat or other members of the cat family. It belong to cat family. So a cat or other member of the cat family is a cat feline. Feline. The son of the family has become as fierce and sharp and feline as the snarl of feline puma. Snarl. Snarl means of an animal or such as a dog make an aggressive growl with bared teeth. With a bared teeth. Bared teeth. Hi, Namasta. Where are you from? May I know what your name is and my comment visible? Hey, welcome to June. This is 春天了. My name is 春天了. Welcome to June. Come in the chat. Where are you watching from? And what is your local time? And I'm from, right now, it is June 28. in Beijing time. I fly from US to China and visit my parents. Right now I'm in my parents' house and do this live stream, and I find my book in a bookshelf. I read it, I studied a long time ago. Right now take this opportunity to redo it again, and this time I'm going to go into it word by word. So right now is chapter 6. My name is Chuntian La, okay? Give you the answer and welcome to John. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. Welcome to John. Some of the family had become fierce and sharp and feline. Feline is a cat or other member of the cat family. The cat family had become fierce and sharp. Feline as some of the family has become as fierce and sharp, and feline as snow. Snow means make an aggressive growl with bared teeth. The feline as a snow of a female puma. Here, let me some of the family has become as fierce and sharp, and a feline as the snow of the female puma. Okay. Feline is like the cat family, is the cat family. The family's son was alive now and drive him down on the dark enemy. The family son was alive and now drive him down on the dark enemy. The harsh cicada seemed to take up its melody. And the twittering tree frog call little phrases of it. Okay, let me redo this part. Kino acted like a slow lizard down the smooth rock shoulder. He had turned his neck string so that the great knife hung down from his back, and could not clash against the stone. His spread finger gripped the mountain, and his bare toe found support through contact. And even his chest lay against the stone so that he would not sleep. For any sound of rolling pebbles or sun, a little slip or flash on rock would rouse the watchers below. Any sound that was not a command to the night would make them alert. But the night was not silent. The little tree frog that lived near the stream twittered like a bird, and the high metallic ring of the cicadas filled the mountain, clapped, and Kino's own music was in his head. The music of the enemy, low and pushing and pulsing, near asleep. But the song of family had become as fierce and sharp and feline as the snarl of a female puma. The family song was alive now and drove him down on the dark enemy. The harsh cicado seemed to take up its melody, and the twittering tree frog called little phrase of it. Now the next. Oh, your question, are my comment visible? Yes, your comment is visible. Yes, I can see your comment. I can see your comment. Okay, thanks for your support. Welcome to join. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. Yes, I can see your comment. I miss your comment just now. Right now, I can see your comment. Okay. And Kino crept silently as a shadow down the smooth mountain face. One bare foot moved a few inches, and the toe touched the stone and gripped. One bare foot moved a few inches, and the stone touched the stone and gripped, and the other foot a few inches, and the other foot a few inches, and then the palm of one hand a little downward, and then the other hand until the whole body, without seeming to move, had moved. And the other foot a few inches, and then the palm of one hand a little downward. And then the palm of one hand a little downward, and then the other hand until the whole body. And then the palm of the hand a little downward, then the other hand, until the whole body, without seeming to move, had moved. Kino's mouth was opened so that even his breath would make no sound. For he knew that he was not invisible. If the watcher, sensing movement, look at the dark place against the stone, which was his body. If the watcher, sensing movement, look at the dark place against the stone, if the watcher, sense movement, look at the dark place against the stone, which was his body, he could see them. He could see him. Kino must move so slowly he would not draw the watcher's eyes. It took him a long time to reach the bottom and to crouch behind a little dwarf palm. Dwarf. Dwarf means a member of the mythical race of short, stocky, man-like creature who are generally cute in meaning and mental working. Skill in mining and mental working, metal working. Dwarf. It took him a long time to reach the bottom and to crouch behind a little dwarf palm. Dwarf means short. Short. Original meaning it is a folk or fantasy literature. In folklore or fantasy literature, a member of mythical race of short, stocky, man-like creature who are generally skilled in mining and mental working. His heart thundered in his chest. Thunder means something, the sunlight, lightning, right? Thunderstorm. So thunder in his chest means his heart beat fast. And beat fast and loud, and his hand and face were wet with wet. He crouched and took a great slow long breath to calm himself. Let me redo this again. And Kino crept silently as a shadow down the smooth mountain face. One bare foot moved a few inches, and the toes touched the stone and gripped, and the other foot a few inches, and then the palm of one hand a little downward, and then the other hand until the whole body, without seeming to move, he had moved. Kino's mouth was open so that even his breath would make no sound, for he knew that he was not invisible. If the watcher, sensing movement, looked at the dark place against the stone, which was his body, he could see him. Kino must move so slowly he would not draw the watcher's eyes. It took him a long time to reach the bottom, and to crouch behind a little dwarf palm. His heart thundered in his chest, and his hand and face were wet with sweat. He crouched and took a great slow long breath to calm himself. JK V4I5L, good morning. Good morning, beautiful. Welcome to join. Come in the chat and share with us where are you watching from and what is your local time. Welcome to join. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. Okay. Only 20 feet separated him from the enemy now, and he tried to remember the ground between. Only 20 feet separated him from the enemy now, and he tried to remember the ground between. Was there any stone which might trip him in his rush? He needed his leg. Walk into dough or paste with a hand. He needed his leg against the cramp and found that his muscles were jerking after their long tension. Kneaded is working moistured flour or clay into dough or paste with a hand. Kneaded, so like a massage. It touched in massage. He kneaded his leg against the cramp. Cramp, painful, involuntarily contraction of muscle or muscles, typically caused by fatigue or strain. Fatigue or strain. Fatigue. So extremely tiredness resulting from mental or physical extension or illness. So that means extremely tired. Okay. Cramp. Cramp means pain involuntarily contraction of a muscle or muscles typically caused by fatigue or strain. He kneaded his leg against the cramp and found He kneaded his leg against the cramp and found that his muscles were jerking after their long tension. Jerking. Jerking means move or cause to move with a jerk. Okay, jerk. He kneaded his leg against the cramp and found that his muscles were jerking after their long tension. And then he looked up apprehensively to the east. The moon would rise in a few moments now. The moon would rise in a few moments now, and he must attack before it rose. He could see the outline of the watcher, but the sleeping men were below his vision. It was the watcher Kino must find. Must find quickly and without hesitation. Silently, he drew the amulet, an ornament or small piece of jewelry thought to give protection against evil, danger, or disease. Amulet, amulet. Suddenly, he drew the amulet string over his shoulder and loosened the loop from the horn handle of his great knife. Okay, let me do it again. Only 20 feet separated him from the enemy now, and he tried to remember the ground between. Was there any stone which might trip him in his rush? He needed his leg against cramp and found that his muscles were jerking after their long tension. And then he looked apprehensively to the east. The moon would rise in a few moments now, and he must attack before it rose. He could see the outline of the watcher, but the sleeping men were below his vision. It was a watcher Kino must find quickly and without hesitation. Silently, he drew the amulet string over his shoulder and loosened the loop from the horn handle of his great knife. He was too late, for as he rose from his crouch, the silver edge of the moon slipped above the eastern horizon, and Kino sunk back behind his push. Okay, let me redo it one. He was too late, for as he rose from his uh he was too late, for as he rose from his crouch, the silver edge of the moon slipped above the eastern horizon, and Kino sunk back behind his bush. Now the next. Uh, Jedlebedla 5893, doing some reading, nice lady. Yes, so this Nobel Prize winner's masterpiece. So I will see some, please. Uh, I'm reading How are you? You are so beautiful looking. Your eyes so beautiful look. I'm single. You please friendship me. Okay. Okay. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. Okay. Welcome to John. And do some reading nice lady. Welcome to John. Okay. Welcome to John. Welcome to John. Now let's move on. It was an old and rigid moon, and it threw hard light and a hard shadow into the mountain cleft. And now Kino could see the seated figure of the watcher on the little beach beside the pool. The watcher gazed full at the moon. Gazed full at the moon, and then he lighted another cigarette, and the match illumined his dark face for a moment. There could be no waiting now. When the watcher turned his head, Kino must leap. His leg were as tight as a wind string. Okay, as a wind string. As a wind string. Okay, let me do it again. It was an old and wretched moon, but it threw hard light and hard shadow into the mountain cleft. And now Kino could see the seated figure of the watcher on the little beach beside the pool. The watcher gazed full at the moon, and then he lighted another cigarette. And the watcher illuminated let me see this one. Illuminate. And the match illuminated his back face for a moment. There could be no waiting now. Then the watcher turned his head. Kino must leave. His legs were as tight as a wound string. Let me do it again. It was an old and rigid moon, but it threw harder light and a hard shadow into the mountain cleft. And now Kino would see the seated figure of the watcher on the little beach beside the pool. The watcher gazed full at the moon, and then he lighted another cigarette, and the match illuminated his back face for a moment. There would be no waiting now. Then the watcher turned his head. Kino must leave. His legs were as tight as a wind spring. Now the next. Now the next. And then from above came a little murmuring cry. Wow, the baby cried. And then from above came a little murmuring cry. The watcher turned his head to listen, and then he stood up. And one of the sleepers stirred on the ground and awakened and asked quietly, "What is it?" Wow, the baby cried. That's bad. And then from above came a little murmuring cry. The watcher turned his head to listen, and then he stood up, and one of the sleepers stirred on the ground and awakened and asked quietly, "What is it?" The next, "I don't know," said the watcher. It sounded like a cry, almost like a human, like a baby. The man who had been sleeping said, "You can tell. Some uh, coyote. Coyote means a wild dog that resembles the wolf, naive to North America. Coyote, coyote, pup. Pup is a young dog. Payupi, pup. Cried like a baby. Let me redo it again. The man who had been sleeped said, the man who had been sleeping said, "You can tell some coyote beach with a little." You cannot tell. Some coyote beach with was a litter. Some coyote beach with a litter. I've heard a coyote pup cry like a baby. So, oh, they thought that's the dog, the coyote pup. The sweat rolled in, the sweat rolled in drop down Kino's forehead and fell into his eyes and burned them. The little cry came again, and the watcher looked up the side of the hill to the dark cave. Okay, so let's read it again. The 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 sweat rolled in drop down Kino's forehead and fell into his eyes and burned them. The little cry came again, and the watcher looked up the side of the hill to the dark cave. Okay. "Coyote, maybe," he said, and Kino heard the harsh click as he cocked the rifle. "Coyote, maybe," he said, and Kino heard the harsh click. The click, the little sound, harsh click cocked, as he cocked the rifle, cocked the rifle. cocked the rifle. So here's raise the cock of a gun in order to make it ready for firing. Cocked the rifle. Cocked the rifle. Here, Coyote maybe, he said, and Kino heard the harsh click as he cocked the rifle. If it is a coyote, this will stop it, the watcher said as he raised the gun. If it is a coyote, this will stop it, the watcher said. He raised a gun. Ah, it's so bad. Ah, poor little coyotito. Poor little coyotito. My goodness. Okay, so let's move on. Kino was in middle leap when the gun crashed and the barrel flash made a picture on his eyes. Kino was in middle leap when the gun crashed and the barrel flash. Barrel is a tube forming part of an object such as a gun or a pen. Barrel. Kino was in mid-leap when the gun crashed and the barrel flash made a picture on his eye. The great knife swung and crouched hollowly. The great knife swung and crouched hollowly. Swung. Okay. The great knife swung and crouched hollowly. It bit through neck and deep into chest. It beat through neck and deep into chest. It cut into the neck and deep into the chest. And Kino was a terrible machine now. He grasped the rifle even as he wrenched free his knife. He grasped the rifle even as he wrenched free his knife. Wrenched. Pull or twist suddenly or violently. Pull or twist someone or something suddenly and violent. Okay. He grasped the rifle even as he wrenched twist. Pull or twist. Take it out suddenly or violently. And wrenched free his knife. His strength and his movement and his speed were a machine. He whirled and struck the head of the seated man like a melon. Whirled. Whirled means move or course move rapidly around and around. Spinning, move around. Whirled. He whirled and struck the head of the seated man like a melon. The third man scrabbled away like a crab. Scrabbled away. Scratch or grope around with one's finger to find, collect, or hold on to something. Scrabbled. He swirled and struck the head of the seated man like a melon. The third man scrambled away like a crab, slipped into the pool, and then he began to climb frantically. To climb up the cliff where the water penciled down. His hand and feet thrashed in the tangled of the wild grapevine. Thrashed means separate grain from a plant, typically with a flail or by the action of revolving mechanism. This is one verb meaning. The other one is roll, thrashed, man, wallow. Let me see what is the meaning here. And his hand and feet his hand and feet thrashed in the tangle of the wild grapevine, and he whimpered and Whimpered of a person or animal make a series of low, feeble sound expressive of fear, pain, or discontent. Whimpered, whimpered, like some cry, show the fear, pain, or discontent. And he whimpered and he whimpered and gibbered. Gibbered speak rapidly and unintelligible, typically through fear or shock. Gibbered. He whimpered and gibbered as he tried to get up, but Kino has become as cold and deadly as steel. Deliberately, he threw the lever of the rifle. Deliberately, he threw the lever. He raised the gun. Okay, threw the lever. The lever of the rifle. The lever of the rifle. Lever. Lever. A rigid bar resting on a pivot used to help move heavily or firmly fix load with one end when the pressure is applied to the other, a lever. And a lift or move with a lever. Okay, the lever. So the lever. And then he raised again and aimed deliberately and fired. He saw his animal tumbled backward into the pool and Kino struck to the water. In the moonlight, he could see the frantic eyes, and Kino aimed and fired between the eyes. Okay, let me do it again. Kino was in mid-leap when the gun crashed and the barrel flash made a picture on his eyes. The great knife swung and crunched hollowly. It beat through neck and deep into chest. And Kino was a terrible machine now. He grabbed the rifle even as he wrenched free his knife. His strength and his movement and his speed were a machine. he whirled and struck the head of the seated man like a melon. The third man scratched away like a crab, slipped into the pool, and then he began to climb frantically to climb up the cliff where the water penciled down. His hands and feet thrashed in the tangle of the wild grapevine. And he whimpered and gibbered as he tried to get up. Speak rapidly and unintelligibly, typically through fear or shock. And whimpered and gibbered as he tried to get up. But Kino has become as cold and deadly as steel. Deliberately, he threw the lever of the rifle, and then he raised the gun and aimed deliberately and fired. He saw his enemy tumbled backward into the pool, and Kino struck to the water. In the moonlight, he could see the frantic eyes, and Kino aimed and fired between the eyes. And then Kino stood uncertain. Something was wrong. Single signal was trying to get through his brain. Tree frog and cicadas were silent now. And then Kino's brain cleared from its red concentration. And he knew the sound, the keening, the moaning, the rising, hysterical cry from the little cave in the side of the stone mountain, the cry of death. Hysterical. Hysterical means deriving from affected by uncontrolled extreme emotion. Hysterical. Hysterical. Let me redo it. And then Kino stood uncertainly. Something was wrong. Some signal was trying to get through to his brain. Tree frog and cicada was silent now, and then Kino's brain cleared from its red concentration, and he knew the sound, the keening, the moaning, rising hysterical cry from the little caves in the side of the stone mountain, the cry of death. Everyone in La Paz remembered the return of the family. There may be some old one who saw them, but those whose father and whose grandfather told it to them remember it nevertheless. It is an event that happened to everyone. It was late in the golden afternoon when the first little boys ran hysterically in the town and spread the word that Kino and Huana were coming back. And everyone hurried to see them. The sun was setting towards Western Mountain, and the shadow on the ground were long, and perhaps that was what left the deep impression on those who saw them. So right now, okay. So let me see. Oh, I feel so much stress. Let me drink some water. Okay, let me go in the chat on the lunch. Give me 1 second. Okay, give me 1 second. Be back in a minute. Oh, it's warm outside. It is warm outside. Nice to see you all. Welcome to join and come in the chat. Come in the chat. Where are you watching from? And what is your local time? And this is the story I would like to share. Let me see if we need to continue or not. Maybe let's done with this story. Just get more strength and get it done. We don't stop. It's a long study. Now let's move on. The two came from the rutted country into the city, and they were not walking in single file. Rutted. Rutted. Rutted means have a long, deep track made by the repeated passage of the wheel or vehicle. Rutted. Let me see, what does it mean here? The two came from the rutted country. Oh, there's lots of mark, mark on the road. The track, right? Deep track. The two came from the rutted country road into the city, and they were not walking in a single file. Juana ahead and Kino ahead and Juana behind, as usual, but side by side. The sun was behind them, and their long shadow stalked ahead. Stalked ahead. Stalk means have a stalk or main stem. Also, that is stalk. 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 Stalk means, followed and close and followed closely. Stalk. The sun was behind them, and their long shadows stalked ahead, and they seemed to carry two towers of darkness with them. And they seemed to carry two towers of darkness with them. Kino had a rifle across his arm, and Juana carried her shawl like a sack over her shoulder. And she seemed to carry two shoulders of darkness. Okay, so that's done. Kino had a rifle across his arm, and Juana carried his shawl like a sack over her shoulder, and in it was a small limp, heavy bundle. Limp. a small heavy bundle, a small limbed, and in it was a small limbed heavy bundle. The shell was crusted with dried blood. Crust. Crust. Crust having or forming a hard top layer or covering. Crust. The shell was crust, something dried, hard top layer or covering. The dried blood, probably. With dried blood, and the bundle swayed a little as he walked. Her face was hard and lined and leathery with fatigue and with tightness with which he fight fatigue. 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 Let me do this again. The shell was crusted with dry blood, and the bundle swayed a little as he walked. Her face was hard and lined and leathery with fatigue and with tightness with which she fight fatigue. And her wide eyes stared inward on herself. She was as remote as removed as heaven. She was as remote and removed as heaven. Kino's lip was thin and his jaw tight. And the people say that he carried fear with him. That he was as dangerous as a rising storm. The people say that the two seem tobe removed from human experience, seem tobe. Oh, sorry. The people seem to be the people seem that say that the two seem to be removed from human experience, that they had gone through pain and had come out on other side. that they had gone through pain and had come out on the other side. Okay. That there was almost a magical protection about them. And those people who had rushed to see them crowded back and let them pass and did not speak to them. Kino and Juana walked through the city as though it were not there. Their eye glanced neither right nor left, nor up nor down, but stared only straight ahead. Their legs moved a little jerkily. Jerkily. Very hard, very stubborn, very hard. Okay. Like a well-made wooden doll. And they carried pillars of black fear about them. Pillars. Pillars, a tall vertical structure of stone, wood, or metal used as a support for a building or as an ornament or monument. Pillar. Their leg moved a little jerkily like a well-made wooden doll, and they carried pillar of black fear about them. Now as they walked through the stone and plaster city, and the plaster city broker peered at them from barred window, and the servant put one eye to a slated gate, and the mother turned the face of their youngest children inward against their skirt. Okay, let's see this. What does this mean? As they walk through the stone, the plaster city broker peers at them from barred windows, and the servant put one eye to the sleeted gate, and the mother sleeted gate. Sleeted make a long narrow cut on something, so they look through from the little sleeted gate, and the mother turned the face of their youngest children inward against their skirt. So let's see. As they walked through the stone, and the plaster city broker peered at them from barred windows, and the servant put one eye to the sleeted gate, and the mother turned the face of their youngest children inward against their skirt. Kino and Juana stroke side by side through the stone and the plaster city. and down along the brush house. And the neighbors stood back and let them pass, and Thomas raised his hand in greeting and did not say the greeting, and left his hand in the air for a moment uncertainly. Okay, let's redo it this one again. Kino and Juana walked through the city as though it were not there. Their eyes glanced neither right nor left, nor up nor down, but stared only straight ahead. Their legs moved a little jerkily like a well-made wooden doll, and they carried pillars of black fear about. And they carried pillars of black fear about them. And they walked through the stone and plaster city. Broker peered at them from barred windows, and a servant put one eye to the slitted gate. And a mother turned the face of their youngest children inward against their skirt. Kino and Juana stroke side by side through the stone and plaster city, and down among the brush houses. And the neighbors stood back and let them pass. Juan Thomas raised his hand and greeting, and did not say the greeting, and left his hand in the air for a moment uncertainly. In Kino's ear, the song of the family was fierce as a cry. He was immune and terrible, immune, totally or partially resistant to the particular infectious disease or pathogen. Kino, Kino's eyes, in Kino's ear, the song of the family was as fierce as a cry. He was immune and terrible, and his song had become a battle cry. They trudged. Trudge walked slowly and with a heavy step, typically because of exhaustion, or harsh condition. Trudged. They trudged past the burned square where their house had been without even looking at it. They cleared the brush that edged the beach and picked their way down the shore towards the water. They cleared the brush. They cleared the brush that edged the beach. And picked their ways down the shore towards the water. And they did not look forward Kino's broken canoe. Okay, let me redo this one. In Kino's ears, the song of the family was fierce as a cry. He was immune. Immune. In Kino's eye, the son of the family was as fierce as a cry. He was immune and terrible, and his song has become a battle cry. They trudged past the burned square where their house has been without even looking at it. They cleared the brush that edged the beach and picked their way down the shore toward the water, and they did not look toward Kino's broken canoe. And then they came to the water edge. They stopped and stared out over the gulf. And then Kino laid the rifle down and he dug among his clothes. And then he held the great pearl in his hand. He looked into its surface, and it was gray and azurous. Evil face peered from it into his eye, and he saw the light of burning, and in the surface of the pearl he saw the frantic eyes of the man in the pearl. And in the surface of the pearl he saw Coyotito lying in a little cave with the top of his head shocked away. And the pearl was ugly. It was gray like a malignant. Malignant, 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 harmful, harmful, damaging, malignant. It was gray like a malignant growth, and Kino heard the music of the purple, distorted and insane, distorted. Distorted, pulled or twist out of the shape, distorted. Kino's hand shook a little, and he turned slowly to Juana and held the pearl out to her. She stood beside him, still holding her head, her dead bundle over her shoulder. Still holding her dead bundle over her shoulder, he looked at the pearl in his hand for a moment, and then he looked into Kino's eyes and said shortly, "No, you. No, you." Okay, let me redo it again. And when they came to the water's edge, they stopped and stared out over the gulf. And then Kino laid the rifle down, and he dug among his clothes, and then he held the great pearl in his hand. He looked into its surface, and it was gray and azurous. Evil face peered from it into his eye, and he saw the light of burning, and in the surface of the pearl, he saw the frantic eyes of the man in the pearl. And in the surface of the pearl, he saw Coyotito lying in a little cave with the top of the head shot away. And the pearl was ugly, it was gray, like a malignant growth, and Kino heard the music of the pearl distorted and insane. Kino's hand shook a little, and he turned slowly to Juana and held the pearl out to her. She stood beside him, still holding her dead bundle over her shoulder. She looked at the pearls in his hand for a moment, and then he looked into Kino's eye and said softly, "No, you." And Kino drew back his arm and flung the pearl with all his might. And Juana watched it go, winking and glimmering under the setting sun. Winking. Winking. Close or open eyes quickly. Okay, winking. Watch it go, winking and glimmering, 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 glimmer, shining faintly with a wavering light. Winking and glimmering under the setting sun. They saw the little splash in the distance. And they and they stood side by side, watching the place for a long time. And the pearl settled into the lovely green water and dropped toward the bottom. The waving branches of the algae caught to it, and beckoned to it. Beckoned made a gesture with a hand, arm, or head to encourage someone to come nearer to follow. Beckoned, beckoned. The light on its surface was green and lovely. It settled down to the sand bottom among the fern-like plants. Above the surface of the water was a green mirror, and the pearl laid on the floor of the sea. A crab scrambling over the bottom raised a little cloud of sand. And then it settled, the pearl was gone. When it settled, the pearl was gone. And the music of the pearl drifted to a whisper and disappeared. No song anymore. No song anymore. It's so sad story. It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. Okay, so I really enjoy this pro story. And give me a second. Let me take a quick look. Give me 1 second. Welcome to John. Comment in the chat. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. The good news is we finished chapter 6. Right now, I have not explained and I have no summary yet. However, the good news, we word by word, we studied the novel. Give me a second. Let me take a look. Oh, that's a very it's tragedy. The baby son was killed by the tracker. The baby son was killed by the tracker. The sad story. Welcome to John. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. Oh, so that's so sad story. They threw away the pearl back into the sea. Oh, it's a sad story. It's a sad story. I couldn't help and feel sad. Couldn't help and feel sad. People, they the tracker are so greedy. And when we meet the great people, sometimes it's hard. It's a hard decision. So, welcome to John. It is so it's so unexpected in life. They get the pearl of the world, and now the baby is dead. The family lose the little baby son, called Tito. How do you think about this story? How do you think this story? Comment in the chat and share with us what do you think about this story. I feel so sad. I feel so sad. And Kino win. He killed the bad guy. He killed the tracker. But why the life is so unlucky? They're so unlucky. Coyotito was shot by the tracker. It's 1 second late. If Kino can start 1 second earlier, probably everything will change. Only 1 second late. Right now they got nothing. They got nothing. Give me a second. Let me check. Just now, I help with my parents to cook the egg. Is a tomato egg noodle. Is there a tomato or not? I'm gonna check. And that noodle is amaranth. Amaranth. It is the egg, tomato with amaranth noodle. I will not live stream that cooking things. So I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat. I will not open up a new live stream. I'm going to eat here. That story make me feel sad. I really want to have a good relax. I want to relax now. I want to relax. They lose their baby. They lose their baby. Don't know why. I'm not sure why. Why? So where is that? Yeah, yes, it is very hot. It's very hot. Coyotito died. Coyotito died. The baby son died. It's very sad. Even Kino killed the tracker. However, the Coyotito died. Um, send a floating heart. Oh, thank you so much for your jewelries. You know, I have already finished the chapter 6. Coyotito died. Make me sad. Let me read the first and second paragraph for you. And the pearl settled to the lovely green water and dropped towards the bottom. The waving branch of algae called to it and beckoned to it. The light on its surface was green and lovely. It settled down to the sand bottom among the fern-like plants. Above the surface of the water was a green mirror, and the pearls lay on the floor of the sea. A crab scampered over the bottom, raised a little cloud of the sand. And when it settled, the pearl was gone, and the music of the pearl drifted to the whispers and disappeared. So the couple threw the pearl into the sea. Oh, I'm so Coyotito died. Oh, when I see Coyotito died, I'm really not happy. I'm really not happy. And thank you so much for the wonderful jewelry. Thank you so much for your support. That's why I pause. I try to calm down. I'm trying to calm down. I'm trying to calm down because Coyotito died. And now I'm going to just now the last 2 second things. Now I'm going to read the last third paragraph. We move backward. We move forward and backward. And Kino threw back his arm and flung the pearl with his might. Threw the pearl with all his might. His son was killed. And Kino threw back his arm and flung the pearl with all his might. Kino and Huana watched the go winking and glimmerings under the setting sun. They saw the little splash in the distance and they stood side by side, watching the place for a long time. So this is the last third paragraph and then last 4 paragraph. And when they came to the water's edge, they stopped and stared out over the gulf. And then Kino laid the rifle down. They have rifle down, and he digged among his clothes, and then he held the great pearls in his hand. He looked into its surface, and it was gray and azurous. Evil face peered from it into his eye. Evil face peered from it into his eyes. And he saw the light of burning, and in the surface of the pearl he saw the frantic eyes of the man in the pool. And in the surface of the pearl he saw Coyotito lying in a little cave with the top of his head shot away. Probably the baby's son's head was completely, baby is small, right? Probably the shot shot away the head, probably. Evil face peered from it into his eyes, and he saw the light of burning, and in the surface of the pearls he saw the frantic eyes of the man in the pearl. In the surface of the pearl he saw Coyotito lying in a little cave with the top of his head shot away. And the pearl was ugly, it was gray like malignant growth. And Kino heard the music of the pearl distorted and insane. Kino's hand shook a little. And he turned slowly to Juana and held the pearl out to her. And he turned slowly to Juana and held the pearl out to her. She stood beside him, still holding her dead bundle over her shoulder. She looked at the pearl in his hand for a moment, and then she looked into Kino's eyes and said softly, "No, you." Anna didn't throw, and he want Kino threw the pearl into the sea. That's a so sad story. That's a so sad story. And hello, good morning. Oh, I see the sunshine. This is Dinesh. Oklahoma. Welcome to John. And share where are you watching from and what is your local time. Welcome to John. You're truly taught, hey, it is okay if you need to go. I would understand. That's fine. I'm going to originally I want to have 2 sessions. Right now I get it done. So right now my emotion is still here. And just now I spent around 5-10 minutes. I help with the lunch. And I'm going to eat lunch. And if you want to go back sleep, and you can go. Don't worry. Don't worry about me. I'm going to eat. I'm going to still, I'm still immersed in this emotion. Coyotito died. They threw away the pearl into the sea. The pearl at that moment looks ugly. It broke the peace, broke the life, the family. I'm still in that emotion. And next one is Mr. Trudeterm. Trudeterm. Hi, welcome to John. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. That is really a sad story. That is really a sad story. I really feel sorry for the little baby. I feel sorry for the little baby. I hope it will be perfect ending. They get the pearl and Coyotito. Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna eat here. So this is the cucumber. Now wash my hand. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna eat here. I'm sad. I'm so sad now. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh, the baby died. Oh, because my emotion all here. I concentrate a lot. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna wash my hand. 1 second. Oh. So I'm going to take this opportunity to have my lunch. Originally, the pearl is the hope of the family, represent a hope. Right now, the pearl is the evil and it attract enemy. And I use all my heart when I read it. I almost cry. The bad people, the tracker, follow so closely, and one ride the horse and two walk. And they look closely to the land, to the ground to see the mark. And even Kino created the trick, he cleaned the mark. However, the tracker was smart. Anytime when the mark disappears, they're going to search around. So eventually, they still will find the mark. And eventually, baby Coyotito cry, and the tracker use a rifle. He thought that's the little animal. He don't think that's a baby. They don't know that's a baby. However, Coyotito cried at that moment, and the bad people shoot the little boy. And when I see the sentence, when I see the sentence, it says here, listen to me. In the surface of the pearl, he saw Coyotito lying in a little cave with the top of his head shot away. Probably the little head, the baby's head is small, completely was move away, shot. There's no head. The baby no head now. This is what I understand. With the top of his head shot away, no head. It's a tragedy. It's so crazy. And the pearl from the hope right now begin look like so ugly. It's a gray. It like um a mal, um a malignant. Malignant. Like a malignant growth. And Kino heard the music of the pearls distorted and insane. I compose the music, the song of the animal, the song of the family, my little pearl. Right now, the music is distorted and insane. How I interpret this? My song is lovely, and right now is this the song become to distorted and insane. Oh, my song need to be insane. I compose a song for this. My song at the end should be insane. How I think, how I interpret it. Okay. Um, Oh, Mr. Trudlin, what's this? It is the Pearl by Nobel Prize winner's masterpiece by John Steinbeck. I just finished chapter 6. Oh, right now I'm a little emotional. I feel sad. Um, I know I know you will feel okay again. Uh, if I were by your side, I would hug you. Yeah, some people feel bad. Um, thank you. So, this is the lunch to comfort myself. This is a cucumber. You know my song so lovely. How to interpret the song is insane. A lovely song, sing the insane way. I really don't know. The song right now should sound like insane, and the song should be insane and distorted. And also, I need to imagine the little boy Coyotito's head is gone. Only the dead body without head. I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine. Totally messed up. Totally messed up. Ah, and This is, I'm not going to share my food. This is a cucumber. The green leaf is amaranth. Amaranth. Tastes wonderful. Amaranth. And this is tomato egg noodle. This tomato. The green leaf is amaranth, and this is a cucumber. We really need to cherish the life. The bad people, they kill the little baby. And also, I have the cucumber. I have the cucumber. Have the cucumber. I'm going to eat them all later. And this is the noodle, tomato egg noodle. Tastes wonderful. Now, I'm going to read the paragraph above it. In Kino's years, the son of the family was fierce as a cry. He was immune and terrible, and his song had become a battle cry. They trudged past and burned square where their house has been without even looking at it. They cleared the brush that edged the beach and picked their ways down the shore towards the water. And they did not look forward. They did not look toward Kino's broken canoe. They didn't look at the canoe. They go straight to the sea, straight to the beach, through the pearl into the sea. They make the firm decision now. Let me eat. It's really a tragedy. Look like a weird, right? I look backward right now. And because I just finished it, and right now I move backward. And then that moved up another paragraph. And this chapter, the last few pages, is so heavy. Let me read this one. Kino and Juana walked through the city as though it was not there. Their eyes glanced neither right nor left nor up nor down, but stared only straight ahead. Their legs moved a little jerkily, like a well-made wooden doll, and they carried pillars of the black fear about them. And as they walked through the stone and plaster city, broker peers at them from barred window. And the servant put one eye to the slitted gate, and a mother turned the face of their youngest children inward against their skirt. Kino and Juana stroke side by side through the stone and plastered city and down among the brush houses. And the neighbor stood back and let them pass. Juan Thomas raised his hand in greeting and did not say the greeting and left his hand in the air. For a moment, uncertainly, didn't say hello. The hand hanging in the air. Left his hand in the air. Left his hand in the air. They went back to the city. They went back to the city. Their eyes look straight forward. Their eyes look straight ahead. They don't look around, left and right, up and down. Their eyes stare only straight ahead. And their leg move a little jerkily, like a well-made wooden doll. And they carry the pillars of the black fear. About them. As they walk through the stone, the plaster city broker peered at them from barred windows. The servant put one eye to a slitted gate, and the mother turned the face of their youngest children inward against their skirt. They make the decision to throw the pearl back to the sea. They lost their baby. Right now, they get nothing. Come in the chat if you're Kino or Juana. Are you going to throw away the pearl back into the sea? They are almost win, but their kids were killed by the bad people. They are almost there, almost win, but they miss 1 second. Cucumber. I'm gonna pour it into my bowl. More vegetable. Oh, you saw cucumber. Yes, in the noodle, there's some sauce. The cucumber, once I put it into the bowl, stir it, it's going to be seasoned. But you can say that is a raw cucumber. And sometimes I eat the raw cucumber because there's lots of water inside it, very juicy. So and this leaf, but actually it's hard for you to see because this is dark. And this leaf is amaranth. This leaf is amaranth. This is amaranth. I will try to relax later this afternoon. Maybe I play a little piano, but I will not live stream anymore. I'm so tired. Or I can watch TV or have an afternoon nap. Have a small nap. So maybe I can write a book because I study this book word by word. I can write another book. It is 2 a.m. for me and I should be asleep. Oh, okay. Yes, you can have a good rest. I say maybe I can because I something fall on my clothes. Okay. Maybe I can I study this book word by word. I can write something about this book. and then I write a book. How do you think? Come in the chat. And I hope you have a good sleep. I hope you have a good sleep. I think yes. You know why? This time we read word by word, line by line. And write a book. I'm going to continue share my thought with you. And also, I hope we can be a little smart. Sometimes we're not smart, right? We do something and later on we feel regret. And then we can write a book, share our thought or whatever we learn in the book. I'm going to share my thought with you about this book. Get it done and make a breakthrough. This book inspired me, and also you inspire me too, my dear friend. It is heavy task. Oh yes, lots of work. The piano and composition, write a book. And the book inspired me, and you inspire me too. Actually, you encourage me, inspire me. Do you remember when I talk about the famous poet Qu Yuan in a sticky rice dumpling? We learn the 3 words: loyalty, courage, and love. This word, and you thank you for encouraging me. I might write that one, write a book. I hope I can write one. It's a heavy work, a lot of work. Also, you heard my my little pearl song, the song of the family. It's very cute. But at the end, the song become, let me see what the word the author used. The song become distorted and insane. How I sing my song insane in an insane way? I don't know. Because the song from beautiful song and a cute and a lovely song, I sing that song for you, right? And I play and sing on the piano. But when I interpret in the last paragraph, I don't think I can sing in a distorted and insane way. How to sing the song in an insane way? I don't know. Let me think about it. The harsh voice, bad manner, how to interpret it. Maybe just sing in a lovely way. Listen to other composition and it will come to you. It will come to you. Listen to other composition. Okay. I will compose other music if I get time. And also I want to compose this book. We learn a lot. Write something. And it's a good idea. Thank you for your encouraging. Thank you for your encouragement. I try to use encourage. Thank you for your encouragement. I try to use the right word. Probably when you have a sleep, you will dream. You will dream. Oh, my friend's book is ready. You have a good dream. The book is ready. So yes, that's a very good thing. Let me think about it. Or I can compose a new song. The song at the very beginning is lovely, and when it's the end, it will become insane. But I still can sing my song in a lovely way. I will read your book in my dream. Hey, yes. My little pearl is shining. In your dream, you start to dream of the beautiful life. In your dream, by the way, only dream the first part, not the ending part. In the dream, get a little pearl, you'll be rich, right? You think about a marriage in a church. Good education for Coyotito. Beautiful girlfriend. Think all good stuff. And nice clothes. You buy nice clothes. You donate to the church because you are rich now. Only dream the first part, not the ending part. Not the ending part. And also, when you sing my song, when you are in your dream, you have a, what does this mean? Oh, to, tuxedo. Tuxedo. Oh, you have that one. Oh, nice. Isn't this kind of clothes is in the dancing room, right? The ballroom is what I think. Or it is wear it in a very formal event. So when you dream of the book and the first part of the story, and stop in the middle. You can still drink about maybe everything goes well. You can dream that too. The ending part, the three tracker follow you. Don't dream that. Don't dream that part. Only dream the first part of the story. Just a kind of reminder, Yes, formal event. Yes, formal event. A kind reminder, don't sleep too late. Or you can just use this live stream as a lullaby. First part of the story and a lullaby. Not the ending scene. Ending scene, the lullaby become distorted and insane. I even don't know how to sing the lullaby in an insane way. I have no idea what the ending is. I want to have a very good feeling of this new beginning. Oh, it's no idea what is the ending. You mean the dream ending? Um, yeah, the dream ending you don't have idea. That's fine. But the book's idea, the book's ending is done. Coyotito was killed by the tracker, and they threw the pearl into the sea. That's the ending. And the lovely lullaby become insane now. My song, I need to sing in an insane way. I don't know how to sing it. The fortune at the very beginning represents the hope. But at the end, the fortune bring the tragedy, bring the nightmare, and bring the bad things. Um, yes, and in your dream, you just dream something nice or beautiful girls and a fortune, wedding church, a church, wedding in a church. Good education, good clothes, and braid the hair with a red ribbon. Beautiful life too. Your wedding. Coyotito, he married with Juana. At that time, they don't have money, and they don't have the formal wedding. And when they get the pearl, they start to dream. You know, it's nice. I read word by word, right? If I read the story word by word, and then I know where it is. It's not summary. It's not. I didn't read the novel from the summary. No, I read the novel word by word. So when they find the pearl, they start to dream of the wedding in the church. They start to dream to wear the good clothes and good education for Coyotito. So wedding is Kino's wedding, and you can think about whatever you uh, you can think something whichever you feel good. I'm wanting to have a second wedding, but I don't have a bride yet. Think about beautiful girl, wedding, nice clothes, wedding in the church, and good education for the kids. And I'm gonna dream of my book. I'm gonna give you update what I plan to do. And what is the next thing for the literature study, what I want to do. I want to do something I work at a university. Oh, I see. Okay. It's nice. In school is good. Very peaceful. Lots of probably your people around you are lots of young people. You know, that is a place, young people around you. That's nice. Um, I hope you can, have good dream and don't go to bed too late. I see a few people still here. Welcome to join. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. Um, mm, um, Probably I'm going to almost end today's session. But before we leave, I'm going to share my favorite poem. And this time is not a red, red rose. This time is, shall I compare thee to a summer day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough wind do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease has all too short a day. So there's a new poem. Oh yeah, let me see. Yes, the feeling of the youth around you help keep the sensation of youth within. Okay. Yes. And sometime too hard the eye of heaven shine. And often is his gold complexion dimmed. And every fear from the fear sometimes declines. By chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fear thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade. When in eternal line to time thou growest, so far as long men can breathe or eye can see, so long live these, and this gave life to thee. And so this is Shakespeare's, shall I compare thee to a summer day? It is Sonnet 18. The reason it is so famous because it is a universal theme, love. And also it has a perfect rhythm and a good idea to link the summer with the love. So it is very popular. It is one of the most famous poem in the world. I'm glad to share this with you after a red, red rose. So anytime when people ask, shall I compare thee to a summer day? You will not hesitate. You will not hesitate. You can say, oh, it was written by William Shakespeare. Shall I compare thee to a summer day? Shall I compare thee to a summer day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough wind do shake the darling buds of May, and the summer's lease has all too short a day. Sometimes too hot, the eye of heaven shine, and often it is gold complexion dimmed. And every fear from the fear sometimes declines. Listen to summer decline, however, the love will not decline, right? By chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. How to trim the love? It's hard to trim. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest. Nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal land to time thou growest. So long as man can breathe or eye can see, so long live these, and these give life to thee. Shall I compare thee to a summer day? Okay, so I think that's all for today. Any questions? I want to have a little light emotion before we end. I don't want to before we end. He's died. The other one, no, the rifle hit the son's head and makes his head is disappear. I don't want to have this. The ending of the theme of the class of the live stream. So the ending our the things last time is the red rose, and right now we still will go with red rose. It's very beautiful. And right now is should I compare thee to a summertime? Summer day is perfect. Is perfect because right now the summer. Okay, a summer day is a beautiful. Is beautiful. So if you are compared to a summer's day, it means that you are there's something flying. So it means that you are beautiful. Shall I compare the summer day? There's something flying. I'm going to kill them. I'm going to kill the bad thing. It don't cannot kill it. I see something. Okay, so it's ending. So I hope you have a wonderful dream and a beautiful dream and a dream of the all good stuff. The reason I say church wedding because in the novel it talk about the wedding in the church and a good clothes and Coyotito's good education. So that's a beauty. Read the word by word and line by line because I can remember. If you learn something, you study it quickly. You're going to forget it very soon because it's too quick. Right now it's slow, so I still remember the detail. But as I still miss something, but it's nice to read word by word, and maybe I write a book too. So I think that's all for today. Any questions? Okay, so it's almost done for today. And tomorrow I'm going to think. I'm going to think of what is the next literature study is. Let me think about it. And also, I'm going to think about the book. And thank you for your courage. Thank you. And the piano. The piano. I'm going to teach my mom. Okay. So before we end, I'm going to recite without reading the first part of the poem. Shall I compare thee to a summer day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough wind to shake the darling buds of May, and the summer's lease has all too short a day. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Have a good dream. Bye bye.